Yes, I think deep frying at home is generally a bad idea. See this burn. But I do sometimes make funnel cake at home for 3 reasons. 1, Lauren loves it. 2, unless the fair is in town, I can't buy it anywhere. And 3, you can do this in a pretty small pan of oil. The batter is just pancake batter with extra sugar. I melt a tablespoon of butter in a 1-quart jug. 1/3 cup of sugar goes in, and then 1 egg, and beat it up. If your butter got really hot in the microwave, the sugar will keep it from curdling the egg. Then about a cup of milk goes in. I'm just looking for 1.5 cups total in there. A splash of vanilla, half a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and we'll start with a cup of flour. Some people put in cinnamon. You could do that. I'm just stirring it up with a fork, and like with pancakes, you want to be careful to not overmix. Just bring it together. Overmixing makes the texture tough. Now I'm going to add more flour until I get the same texture that I like for pancakes, which is liquidous but thick. There, I think that's what you're looking for. That was a 1.5 cups of flour. Just like with pancakes, a few lumps are okay. They will cook out, but you want to be careful about getting any big lumps like that one. Big lumps could clog the funnel. That needs a little more stirring. Now, like most batters for frying, the texture really will be better if you just let it sit for a while before you use it. So I mix this up and then I start heating up my oil. Absolutely, frying works better in a giant Dutch oven full of oil, but I don't want to waste all that or clean it up, so I'm just going to take my 10-inch skillet and give it maybe 3/4 an inch of vegetable oil. Heat control will be a challenge, but we'll make it work. Heat goes on high. While you're waiting, get a draining rig ready to go. I'd recommend a plate with a couple of paper towels for each funnel cake that you're planning to make. This recipe will make at least 4. You want to have those ready to go. You also need to get your funnel ready to go. Yeah, I think you really do need a funnel to make funnel cake. I've tried other things, but nothing else delivers the unbroken, steady, and wide stream you need. Clearly got this one at the auto parts store, only place we could find one. Oh, the other thing that does work is one of these gravy separators / pancake batter dispensers that has a spring-loaded valve on the bottom. That's even better. Gonna get Lauren to help at this stage because this is tricky. You pour some batter into the funnel, covering the opening with your finger, and you wait for the oil to get hot enough. 375 Fahrenheit is the magic temperature for batter frying, but with this amount of oil, you gotta overshoot the mark because the temperature will drop as soon as you put in the batter. You just take your finger off the opening and whoa, we could tell immediately that was not gonna work. Oil was too hot, a flour lump stopped up the funnel so we didn't get an unbroken stream. That's fine, because with batter frying, the first one usually isn't very good anyway. I just think of it as a sacrifice to the kitchen gods. Used oil fries better, and now we've got the heat right where we want it, like 390. That'll drop right to 375 when the batter goes in. You just spin it around in a tight circle over the middle of the pan. It will naturally spread outward. We'll show you that again in slow motion this time. She's good at that. Look at how the temperature dropped. I'm constantly turning the burner up and down to hold this oil at 375. It's tricky, but luckily this is over quickly. 30 seconds after it went in, and you can see the bottom is just golden. Any darker than this will taste burned. Give it another 30 seconds, and that's it. You will think these are undercooked because they're so floppy as you lift them out. They're not crispy, not yet, but let it cool on the paper towel for like another 30 seconds, and it stiffens right up. See? Now, here is how to dust on powdered sugar if you don't have one of those shaker thingies. A pinch of sugar goes in a sieve, and then you just tap the sieve. There you go, funnel cake. Crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside. Though that was apparently not nearly enough powdered sugar for Lauren.
That's what you should look like when you're eating funnel cake.
Like I said, this is one of Lauren's favorite desserts, and it plays a big role in her 5th YA novel, which comes out today. A characteristically zany romantic romp called Better Than the Best Plan.
My characters are escaping a particularly bad day, and they end up at a parking lot carnival, and they eat funnel cakes because probably while I was writing that scene, I really wanted a funnel cake.
You obviously have no choice but to get yourself a copy of Better Than the Best Plan by Lauren Morrill, which hits stores today. There's an Amazon link in the description. It's at Barnes & Noble or your local independent bookseller. Speaking of which, we'll both be at Little Shop of Stories just outside Atlanta on Saturday, June 29th for Lauren's launch party. If you're in the American Southeast, come and say hi. It all starts at 5 p.m., and Lauren will be interviewed by our friend Jackson Pierce, another great YA author who also took these videos of the store. That's Little Shop of Stories, Decatur, Georgia, this Saturday at 5. Bring your funnel cakes! Or don't. They're greasy. You don't want to get grease on your new book, do you?